Hello guys, my name is Mikhail Trubunski and welcome back to the third part of this series where I try out different delivery driver platforms to see how much I can make working for 8 hours. And today we're going to be experimenting my favorite delivery driver platform, which is Amazon Flex. Like I did mention in my previous videos, I have tried out these delivery driver platforms, but I haven't actually tried them to the extent that I'm doing for this series, which is working for 8 hours, to see how much I can make or what someone that would work full-time could make working for these platforms. Just to recap, the goal for these videos is for me to start around 7 o'clock and be done by 3, which is usually what an 8-hour workday looks like. Obviously, if you're working as a delivery driver, your hours are usually different. You usually work during those times that is the busiest, so you could possibly work a few hours in the morning and then a few hours in the evening. It all depends what your preference is. I personally decided to do 7 to 3 because that is what a typical workday looks like. So without waiting any longer, let's get into today's video and see how much I made working for Amazon Prime for 8 hours. That morning I woke up to the most annoying ringtone the iPhone has ever created. After I finally got up, I made myself some breakfast, and like always, I was running behind on time. I was enjoying my breakfast so much that after leaving, I totally remembered that I forgot my phone at home. So I had to make an abrupt U-turn, after which I almost broke my camera. After coming back to get my phone, I ran into some traffic, but finally, after all, I made it to my first location. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to wait here a little bit. So I arrived for my shift that's supposed to be from 7 to 9, but it looks like all of the pickups for the 7 to 9 were already taken. And so I was assigned a pickup for 8 to 9. I'm gonna have 3 stops, about 21 packages, so it's not too bad. My next shift after this one does start at 9:30, so I really hope it's not gonna be too time crunching. But the good thing about it is it's only 3 stops, which usually I wouldn't say that's a good thing, is because anytime you pick up packages, you wanna pick up as many stops as you can. So even if it's 2 packages per stop, you want as many as you want. I've had up to 9 or 10, I think, pick up or drop off locations. And why that's nice is because usually you'll get more tips because there's a lot of different customers. But when there's only 3 stops, well, there's only 3 different customers that might give you a tip. So good news, the packages actually ended up being ready a little bit earlier than I expected it to be. So just picked up all the packages, as you can see back here. Different groceries, and there's a whole bunch of water cases there in the back. Good thing is the water cases are actually the first drop off that I'm doing, and it's not an apartment, which is a good thing. It's a house. It's about a 8-minute drive, so it should be there pretty soon. So how deliveries usually work is that when you come to a drop-off location, you take all the packages and you scan a barcode. After scanning the barcode, you take them to the door, you leave them by the door, and you take a quick picture of where you put the packages. After doing so, you press complete and you go to your next destination. Very simple, there are no little hidden tricks. Working at Amazon, this thing is a must. Put everything in here. Perfect. We can just go. So it's currently 8:09 and I am actually done with my first shift. This is definitely one of the quicker shifts that I've done. Sometimes there's only like 1 stop, which those are even quicker, but it looks like this shift was actually one of the faster ones. So it took me about 30 minutes to finish up this shift. Amazon is going to be paying me from $35 to $65. They say it tends to be from $35 to $65 with tips. I'll probably head over back to the Amazon location. I might just take a maybe 15-20 minute nap.
You want to take a nap?
I'm taking a nap here.
Well, it's time to get back to work. Just picked up 30 packages. I'm going to North Portland area. So again, it shouldn't take too long. I have about 5 stops, I think. So 5 stops with 30 packages. That's an average about 6 packages per delivery. I don't think this one should take long either. It's not too far out. We should be able to drop these off fairly quickly, and then our next shift, so this shift is from 9:30 to 11:30, and the next shift starts from 12 to 2.
Personally, why I like Amazon Flex is because of the different options that they give you. One option that they have is to deliver packages from their Amazon Prime warehouses. There you take a shift that ranges from 2 hours to about 4 hours and 30 minutes, and the kind of shift you get depends on how many packages you will get. Those shifts usually start from about $18 an hour. So whatever happens, if you pick up a shift, it is guaranteed that you'll earn around $18 per hour. For those shifts, you typically come to a location, they have a rack with a lot of packages on it. You scan all the packages, you put into your cart, and you go and deliver. An example of that, I had a shift where I had 33 packages, and for that shift, I had 32 stops. So there was only one location where I actually had 2 packages to deliver. The rest of the packages got delivered to separate homes. The shifts that I took for this experiment were actually not from the Amazon Prime locations. They were actually from the Prime Now locations. That's 2 separate things. The packages that you would deliver from an Amazon Prime location are usually the ones that got ordered about a day or more ago. The packages that I delivered for today's experiment were actually from the Prime Now location. The Prime Now location packages were the ones that were ordered as quick as 2 hours ago. Those are the packages that I usually like to deliver. Reason why I say that is because those are the packages that you can actually receive tips for, and tips are a key thing when you're delivering packages. The pay for those shifts usually start from around $16.50, but that is usually never the case. You always get more because of the tips that you receive. And for this video, you will actually see at the end how much tips I received, because for this experiment, I took only Prime Now packages because I knew that is where I could make the most money.
So it's 10:30 right now, exactly an hour after my shift started, which was 9:30. I left a little after 9:30 after I loaded all the packages. It's 10:30 right now, and I'm already done with my shift. The shift is for 2 hours. Since I had only 5 delivery locations and it wasn't too far away, it was here in northeast, closer to downtown Portland. I got the packages delivered, and now it's 10:30. My next shift starts at 12, so I have an hour and a half until my next shift starts. We can't go an episode without doing a taste test, right?
No.
Can I get some of those roost fries? And also some of the chocolate croissant. You guys just have Dogecoin?
No, sorry.
Strange, they don't want to go to the moon. You guys gotta start accepting Dogecoin. As you know, we can't go a single episode without trying out something new. Today, we're gonna be trying out some new napkins.
Got him!
I know in these videos I have been eating some unhealthy things, but keep in mind I don't always eat like this. I hope this isn't spicy. Wow. This look very good. Staying away from the soda. We're going all natural with the water. You know, we're going as healthy as we can. This is sorta healthy. Potatoes and chicken, you know, it's not bad.
Get healthy.
First bite. Приятного аппетита. That's actually pretty good. I'm trying to keep my mouth closed because my brother-in-law, Alex, he always gives me a hard time and tells me I chew with my mouth open. So I think I'm not paying attention more to chewing with my mouth closed than I'm actually paying attention to how it tastes. Look at that. Wow. I don't know if it's better than the sauce in the last week's episode. This is pretty good. So I just picked up the next shift, or I picked up the packages for the next shift. As you can see there in the back. For this shift, I got 23 packages. It's gonna take me about 20 minutes to get to the first location, which is 18 miles. But as you can see on the maps here on the side, they are all very, very close. So once I get there, all the houses should be in the span of 2-3 minutes drive from each other. So it should be a very quick drop off. It's just the long part is gonna be driving over there. But once I get that done, I think it's gonna be it for today, unless I pick something up before 3 o'clock, which I doubt it, but if we do, would be awesome. This thing right here, it's amazing. Special shout out to Anna. Thank you so much. Really appreciate this crate. Helped me out a lot today. It's currently 1:04, which is 1 hour and 4 minutes after I started my shift. I think it's gonna be probably the last one for today. It took me only about hour and I don't know, 5-10 minutes to actually complete it, and that's not taking into consideration that it took me 20 minutes to drive over here. So I think that I'm gonna call it for today. All in all, I think it's still gonna be interesting to see how much I actually made working for Amazon today, and in comparison how much I made for Uber Eats and DoorDash in the prior 2 videos.
So now it's the most important part, to answer how this video is called, how much I made working for Amazon Flex for 8 hours. And let me tell you, it was definitely more than Uber Eats and DoorDash. In total, I made $163. And the craziest thing about it, I didn't even work the full 8 hours. For this experiment, I took 3 shifts like you saw, and each shift was scheduled for 2 hours. Even though it was scheduled for 2 hours, each shift took me only an hour to do. But for the sake of this video, I will count as if I worked 8 hours, even though my shifts totaled 6 hours, but I only worked about 3 of those hours. I personally love to know how much money I actually made working per hour. So if we take the $163 that I made and we divide that by 8 hours that I worked, it came out to $20.38. But what I really want to do is actually divide it by how many hours I actually worked, which was 6 hours. So if we count the $163 that I made and divided that by 6 hours, I actually made over $27 per hour, which is pretty impressive, hearing that working for a delivery driver platform, you can actually make that kind of money. But again, that is the gross pay. If we were to calculate the net income, it would definitely be just a little bit lower. For this video, I decided not to calculate any gas expenses, and reason why is because I drove only about 40 or 50 miles, which was about $3 or $4 if you compare it to the gas prices today. To do a breakdown of how much Amazon paid me and how much tips I received, this is the breakdown. So Amazon, for the 3 shifts that I worked today, paid me $103. So the rest were tips, which comes out to $60 in tips, which honestly is pretty crazy to hear. The first shift that I worked 7 to 9, Amazon paid me $35 and I received $17 in tips. For the second shift that I had, Amazon paid me $35 and I received $13 in tips. And for the final one that I worked 12 to 2, Amazon paid me $33 and I received $30 in tips. And honestly, being someone who has worked in Amazon Flex before, you could get much higher tips than what I received today. Like I said before, Amazon Flex personally is my favorite delivery driver platform. So my recommendation, if anyone is out there that wants to try out and get some extra cash, I definitely recommend Amazon Flex. The only problem with that though is you do have to be over 21 years old. That is it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for commenting on the videos, and thank you so much for everyone who has already subscribed. I'm very thankful for all the support I have been receiving on this channel, and I do plan on making a lot more videos going forward. For me personally, when I make videos, I like quality over quantity, so that's why I release 1 video every week on Wednesdays. So don't forget to turn your post notifications on to be notified when I do release my videos. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and until the next video, до свидания.